My name is Bassem Mansour, and I'm the owner of a company called Michael & Son Services in Washington, D.C. A little over 20 years ago, I took over a struggling family business and my father suddenly passed away. I was just 19 years old. I've certainly experienced my fair share of financial struggles, but through hard work and determination, I'm now running one of the largest electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling companies in the nation. Every day, my technicians come across some incredible people with heartbreaking stories. When they find they have nowhere to turn in a time of need, that's when we come in to lend a helping hand.
Morning, Bassem.
Shadi, did you just come in here without knocking?
I did.
Oh, what's up, dude? You're killing me.
Well, it's kind of important, so I just barged right in.
Of course.
I just came back from Maryland and met a wonderful family by the name, the Pulaski family.
Pulaski?
Pulaski, yes.
Okay.
They have 3 children. One of them's name is Sarah, and she's the one who has some medical issues. She was born healthy, but then developed bacterial meningitis, and that caused severe brain damage. And as a result, she has epilepsy, vision impairment, and hypothermia. And she's also quadriplegic. So she's in a wheelchair, she's 8 years old, she has the cognitive abilities of a 2-year-old when the doctor said she would never develop past an infant. So she's just a wonderful little girl. Also, the father developed muscular dystrophy over the last few years, and now he's also in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Both parents, very successful in their careers, hardworking.
What did they used to do?
Well, they still do it, but they do it it's part-time. The father was on the Nuclear Regulatory Commission as a contractor, I believe. So now he's just working from home.
Like a nuclear scientist or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh my God.
And the mother is a career coach, and now they both, they both had great careers, but now they only work part-time, and so they're really struggling with bills and home repairs that they need.
So what's the problem exactly at the house?
Their water heater isn't working.
So they have no hot water in the house?
Yes, and they also have a sink and then 2 toilets that the toilets need to be lowered, and the sink needs to have the pipes pushed back so they can get under there with their wheelchairs.
Okay, have we even seen it yet?
No, we haven't sent a plumber out yet. I wanted to come to you.
All right, well, why don't you just get in touch with Malcolm, and if it's probably he'll get Tony involved. Get a plumber just to scope it out, and we'll just see what goes on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's get going.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, Shadi. Shadi, did you get skinnier?
I did.
Oh, you look good.
Thank you.
I like that model. I'm not eating look anymore. So it works for you.
A hard worker.
All right, buddy.
See you later.
My fellow Americans, our critical infrastructure is at risk. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not go without a fight. I've always said yes, we can. But today, we can't. Michael & Son, America needs you.
I'm on my way.
If you can, we can. Michael & Son.
Call Michael & Son today and turn to the experts at Carrier. Right now, get a precision tune-up on your heating system for just $69.
If you can, we can. Michael & Son.
Need to sell your house due to financial difficulty? Call us now for an offer in 7 minutes to sell your house in 7 days.
Express Home Buyers, we buy your house in 7 days.
Not just pizza, but something for everyone. Paisano's Pizza Guy, come.
Keep the heat inside this winter with our high-tech heat mirror windows. Long Windows is offering the surprisingly affordable solution at only $99 a month. Call now.
Isn't it time you got along?
So my name is Michele Pulaski, and I am a mom to 3 children, and I work part-time as a career coach. part-time one day a week at NASA, and then I have my own practice and see a few individual clients on other days. There are 5 of us, and it's myself and of course my husband Jordan and Sarah. And Sarah has a twin brother, Joshua, and also a younger sister, Emma. When she was 6 weeks old, and Josh, of course, the twins were born, and about 6 weeks later, for some reason, she wouldn't eat one morning. We thought, well, that's strange, but okay, not totally unusual. And then started to look a little pale, and I thought, well, maybe I better bring her into the doctor. And then within a matter of an hour or 2 after the first time she wouldn't eat, she started not to breathe. And we had to do CPR and call 911, and the ambulance came and took her to the hospital, and they said it didn't look good and that she probably wouldn't survive. And when she did survive, fortunately, they said her brain scan was very bad and that she had 90% of her brain was damaged and that she would probably be at a newborn level for the rest of her life. And we're very lucky because, right, Sarah? She's learning to do a lot of things and learning to talk and learning to walk, and she's just loving and has one of the most sweetest personalities you've ever seen.
One of the things that Michele and I had done, and you can see that here I'm in this scooter, that's because I have a form of muscular dystrophy. And so one of the things we had done to try to be kind of proactive when we were working on getting pregnant was that we did a pre-implantation diagnosis with our embryos to make sure that none of our kids would get the genetic defect that I did. So, which is just to say, we thought we were being super careful, and then, life just happened anyway.
So my friend April, who I know, referred us to Shaddy, and we have a lot of expenses. Unfortunately, having 2 people with disabilities is very costly, 1, let alone 2. I'm plugged in. I'm constantly looking for grants, constantly looking for ways to help because, the expenses, although, Jordan works full-time and although I work part-time, again, with the disabilities and the kids and, people who are typically living in this area, have a lot of bills, but we have even more. And so any way I can find to kind of offset that cost and help us out, certainly I'm always looking for it. So the water heater was 15 years old and it was starting to make banging noises, and I was kind of afraid that any moment it was going to explode because I had heard horror stories about that. So I knew that we had some things that needed to be fixed that we just let sit because we couldn't afford to fix them, and it was very fortunate that we found out about Michael & Sons and that they were willing to help us out.
I don't know of any other private company that I'm aware of that does anything like this. And the truth is that we become more aware as we become special needs parents with Sarah of just the huge needs that are out there with lots of affected families who are dealing with these kind of issues.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son. Not just pizza, but something for everyone. PaisanosPizza.com.
Need to sell your house due to financial difficulty? Call us now for an offer in 7 minutes to sell your house in 7 days.
Express Home Buyers, we buy your house in 7 days.
Is your roof going to withstand the harsh winter months? Long Roof offers a surprisingly affordable solution with new roofs at only $99 a month. Call now, 800-492-LONG.
Come here to change out the 75-gallon water heater, lower a couple of toilets, and make the sink handicap accessible for the wheelchairs and all to go under it. Normally in the wintertime, when the weather comes from warm to cold, that's when most water heaters normally tend to fail, because the expansion and contraction of the pipes in the tank itself and the cold water coming in.
It was a two-man job because most of the time in a water heater, it's a big water heater, 75-gallon, needs a help. For one person, it's too much, it's not going to do it.
They'll have longer hot water because the other water heater is like setting a brick on the stove and boiling water because it had a lot of sediment in the bottom of it. And that's why it was popping and all. And a lot of the money was going up through the chimney because it was using so much extra energy because of the age of it. So it should have more efficiency, and hot water will last a little bit longer. Victor has been here with me, what, 3 years now? Yes. But we go way back, almost 20 years of working together.
Neil's a fun guy, you know, and it's and I was a funny guy, and I was there with his knowledge, and I think him learn a lot of it, and I'm learning, still learning, you know.
I trust him. There's no question about whatsoever. And it's good to have that relationship with somebody. This is the greatest job I had since the Marine Corps. It's discipline. You got to have honor and integrity. There's rules and regulations. And being on time is the most important, essential that there's ever existed. We had the best management and ownership in place from top to bottom. And there's a lot of professionals here that I've known for over 15 years. And that says something. All of them are top, from HVAC and plumbing. They're the best.
I love helping people, and you know, here doing this. I mean, it's big. It's make me feeling good.
That's the way I was raised. It's not what you can do for yourself, it's what you do for others, because it all comes back to you. Just puts a smile in your heart when somebody reaches out when they don't have to, but just does it out of kindness.
One of the greatest moments in time is when we discovered fire. Fire is a crucial human advantage, a source of food, warmth, and protection from predators. Only the most innovative can survive.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Hey guys, Bassett Mansour with Michael and Son again. I just want to share a very small story of my past. When I was a kid, I used to watch a TV show called Romper Room, and at the end of the show, the host of the show would look through her magic mirror and she'd look at all the different kids in the TV, and she'd always call out everybody's name. She'd say, I'd see Jack, and I see Jill, and I see little Joey over there. And I was always so disappointed because she never said, I see Bassam. And that I just can't tell you how heartbroken I was. So there's a young boy in Charlottesville, Virginia, and every single time he hears our jingle, his name is Michael, he always thinks it's about him. So today, Michael in Charlottesville, this jingle here that we're going to play is all about you, and not us, it's about you. So if you can't, we can, Michael. Keep up the good work.
Plumbing to electrical, heating to air conditioning. If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
So the toilet seats originally, they were raised toilet seats so that my husband could transfer over on that effectively, and now unfortunately with his progression of disease he can't do that anymore, so we needed them lowered because if we were going to get a toilet for Sarah, it would fit over each toilet, and with the height that they were, you wouldn't be able to fit the adapted toilet over the existing toilet seat. So they had to be lowered for that purpose or she wouldn't be able to use it.
So me and Victor are going to pull this toilet and remove the spacer plate from under it to lower it down so the daughter can use her specially equipped chair and roll on top of it. Right now it's too high, so I'm going to take the water out first. Putting on the wax ring, the seal that stops the toilet from leaking and also stops the sewer gases from coming back. We removed the toilet, removed the 4-inch base that was on it and made the toilet super high. So now it's accessible for the daughter to roll her chair in here and be able to use it. And we just set it back down in place and tested it, no leaks, and that's the way she wanted it. Going to take care of the second floor toilet and the sink and make it accessible. Well, we're going to do the same thing to this toilet like we did the one downstairs. And let's remove that base plate and reset it. We also are going to relocate the drain on the sink.
So the sink, we originally had contracted for someone to do a roll under sink, and when they finished I looked at it and said, well, that's not roll under, and the pipe was sticking out, and they said, well, that's what you wanted, and it was kind of one of those moments where they said, we're not going to do it, this is all that we contracted to do, and so Michael and Son stepped in to say, no, we can actually do this for you and move the pipe back so that we can take Sarah's wheelchair or Jordan's scooter and his wheelchair that he also uses and slide it under the sink so that they can do something as simple as washing their hands.
This drain will disappear from here. It'll be back to the wall. We'll drop this and change the pop-up assembly in it. And so a chair could come up under it. People put things down in them that's not waste or toilet paper. When they put the wet wipes or hair or dental floss, things like that, that'll stop them up all the time.
Wet wipes aren't good?
Yeah, wet wipes, they say they're flushable, but only thing, they don't break down in water, so they'll clog it up. They'll stop it up.
What about a paper towel?
Same thing. Paper towel will not break down, so it's no good. Just waste toilet paper. The only thing should go down the toilet.
The guys from Michael and Son were wonderful. They really love what they do. They love helping families. Just to watch them work and take pride in what they do and to help others was really, really nice to see.
I'm here at the Pulaski residence. We're in Olney, Maryland. They contacted us because they had some plumbing problems. They didn't have hot water. They had some issues with the height of the toilets. The father's name is Jordan. He's disabled. He works part-time at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. The wife's name is Michele. They have 3 wonderful kids. One of them, his name is Sarah, and she's actually disabled. We're going to learn more about her. She's got a twin brother. His name is Josh, who's beautiful and handsome, and they got a nice, quiet, beautiful little sister named Emily. So let's go meet the family.
Hi there.
Are you Michele?
I am.
Hi, Michele.
Hi
My name
there.
is Bassam.
Hi, Bassam.
How are you doing?
Good. Come on in.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Can I come in first of all?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Follow me.
All right, let me shut the door.
Okay. Got some of the family members in here.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hey.
This is my husband, Jordan.
Jordan, correct?
Yeah.
That is me.
Are you a nuclear scientist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not quite.
And this is Sarah. Yay, Sarah.
And that's Sarah.
Yes, she's excited.
And she's a twin, right?
She's a twin, yeah. Unfortunately, her twin brother is at hip-hop dance right now.
Hip-hop dance?
Hip-hop dancing.
Okay, I take that. So, how'd you hear about us, first of all?
I have a friend of mine who also has a disabled son, and she told me about the program and told Shaddy about us, and so we were referred by her, and it's an amazing program.
Thank you. So you have this beautiful daughter named Sarah, right? By the way, Sarah's my grandmother's name. Both of my grandmother's names, on both sides, her name is Sarah. She is got some issues here.
She was born typical healthy, and when she was 6 weeks old, she contracted bacterial meningitis, unfortunately. So we didn't know if she would survive, and when she did survive, they did a CAT scan of her brain and said that she had 90% of her brain destroyed, and we'd be lucky if she ever did anything in life. And we are very lucky and blessed because not only that, but she's learning to talk a little bit, she's learning to take some steps. Really? And yeah, her personality, she's just so loving. She always wants hugs and kisses, and she really is a true miracle, and we're very, very lucky.
I think she's a beautiful, wonderful young girl. And that's amazing, and it's a blessing, I think, that she's taking some steps in learning to talk.
Yes, absolutely.
That's huge.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, unfortunately, she does have seizures, and so hopefully we'll be able to one day get them a little better under control. She has what's called intractable epilepsy, and that just means that really medications don't touch it very much, and it's just really hard to make them go away because so much of the brain was damaged. So despite that, she still keeps pushing through, because usually seizures cause you to lose skills, but for her, you know, she keeps on, yeah, she keeps on going, and you know, it's slow, but for us, you know, any progress is wonderful.
You never know what hand you're dealt in life, and you never know what you have, but you always have to be appreciative for everything you do have, because you've got no other choice, you know? You've got no other choice, it's all you have, so if you can't appreciate what you have, it's not like you can trade your cards again.
I mean, the truth is, you know, our heart goes out sometimes to other folks we meet. There are a lot of people who have it worse than we do.
Yeah.
So anyway, it puts things in perspective. We gotta have some humility about.
Yeah, and it takes you a while to get there. When we first started, it was like the worst thing that could have ever happened to us, especially when Jordan was diagnosed, and then very soon after, you know, Sarah gets meningitis, and here we think, how are we going to ever manage this? And you just do. You do, and you move forward, and you have to be as positive as possible. And you have your days where you think, I can't do it another day, but you just keep going. You
know, I don't know if you're religious or not, but they always say, like, that God always can put on you as much as you can bear.
Right.
And I believe in that. And when I was young and my father passed away, I had a lot of stress and a lot of headache and problems and stuff like that. And I'd always think about that quote by Nietzsche, where he said, if I can just get through this, if I can get through this is not going to kill me. If I can get through this one part, I'll be stronger for it. So I always look at challenges as a way for me to get stronger, because I know that if I can make it through this, I'll be better.
Yeah, and it gives you a whole new perspective about what's really important. And the things you used to stress about or we thought was important really aren't, and it's really, you know, your health and being together and the love that you share. So it's an eye opener, and it's a good eye opener in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Who were the guys who worked here?
Neil and Victor, great guys, very into what they do. They were very sweet, and every time they're lugging something around, something really heavy, I said, I'm so sorry, you know, thank you so much. And he said, it's our job, it's what we do, we're happy to help. And it was really incredible to see two people that were really selfless and were going to get it done and work hard.
One of the things that kind of was very kind of inspiring or something about your family, about your children, we like to do something special and nice for the kids, because I'll be honest with you, a water heater and a toilet, they're not very glamorous. You know, there's nothing glamorous about that kind of thing. And so I know Shaddy asked your family, and you asked your children, you know, what do you want special for the kids? Just something to say, hey, here's something special. And what did your kids say exactly?
We decided that it was more important to donate to a cause that's close to our hearts, Epilepsy Foundation and cerebral palsy. Since Sarah's affected by both of them, and you know, they've decided they get toys, they get presents, they get things, and that they don't really need any more of that they would rather give back. And that's really what I'm hoping to instill in them as they get older too, is to keep giving back. You know, you gave to us, we feel like we need to give back. It's just a circle, you pay it forward, and I feel like it's really good to, you know, bring them up with those kinds of thoughts.
Well, I will tell you this, that really touched me, because everybody's, unfortunately, there's some selfishness. There's some selfish people in the world, but your kids are beautiful, your family's beautiful. So what we've done is basically, I've got some good friends. I've got a company called Express Home Buyers, and I'm also got a friend, owner of Paisano's Pizza and stuff like that. And so we've got them to help us out, and we all chipped in a little bit of money. We've got, with the cares that we do and the stuff, we've got a lot of projects we do, but basically we're going to give about $5,000 in donation to those two charities. We'll split it up in two sections, and we'll just do that as a way just to say, hey, you know, we're thinking about you guys. I love that your children's spirits were like, hey, you know what? We don't want nothing for ourselves. We want something for others and help others. And so
that's great.
It's not a problem. It's just we've got some good friends, and they're willing to help out. And so they're all going to give us some money. We'll chip in, and we'll just do 2 donations, 1 to each side. And we'll just kind of do it that way.
Thank you so much. That makes me so happy, knowing others can benefit as well from that. And you know, epilepsy is a scary thing, and you know, and cerebral palsy. You know, hopefully with more research, they'll find a cure at some point.
I pray to God that's the case. I'm very happy to have met you guys. Definitely a nice, loving family. I think it's really nice to see you guys, and I wish you nothing but the best luck and success. And I do it to show example to my children, to hopefully let them understand that there's a lot of things in life, and the important things in life is to leave behind things, not what you have, because you can't keep anything with you. It was really nice to see you guys, and
thank you for doing everything that you've done. It's a great thing that you're doing for people with disabilities and all families for that matter. So very grateful.
It's a blessing, and it feels great for me to do it. So as much as you feel you've gotten something, I've gotten more. So I will let you go. I got some things I got to do right now.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let me give you a hug.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was great. The family's amazing. The husband is absolutely a comedian. Wife is wonderful and sweet. The kids are sweet. Everybody's happy. And with all their problems, all their disabilities, they're still happy. You know, we should all be as happy as this family. We'll see you in the next one.
Call Michael & Son today and turn to the experts at Carrier. Right now, get a precision tune-up on your heating system for just $69.
If you can't, we can. Michael & Son.